Good evening, YouTube. This is Los Angeles Prepper here with, I don't know if I'm going to call this video a weekend update or an after action report after the, excuse me, after the weekend action, but just kind of wanted to recap what I got up to this weekend. If not just to, get you guys and gals thinking about, do you prep every weekend? Do you prep a little every weekend? Do you ever take a bunch of weekends off in a row? Like you know, how productive are you? How productive are you trying to be? Um, so I do the kind of school thing Monday through Thursday. Part-time work that I do has been a little bit slow as of late. So Friday, kind of took a little bit of a break, went on a mega bicycle ride. I shared about that in another video. Saturday, did some school stuff, a little bit of a break. Did a bunch of research on Saturday into some different stuff into home defense a little bit. Looking at some home defense options. Watched a few prepper videos. Watched a few prepper videos. Then Sunday, a few errands. Just came back from a little bit of a short hike, and I'll talk about that just briefly. I'll leave that for lessons learned. And then just a little bit of YouTube work, try to make a few videos this evening. So, lessons learned this weekend. 45 kilometers on a bicycle is too far. Way too far. My finger's still numb. Not that I don't mind the fact that it's numb, other than the fact that I hope that it's not going to stay numb forever. I haven't gone to the ER yet, but if it doesn't get better, I'm definitely make a doctor's appointment. So if you're doing some fitness stuff, I mean, be reasonable. There's no reason to get crazy and say, oh, I've got to go do a 10-mile hike, or I've got to go, um, you know, I'm going to go swim 5 miles. Be sensible. I don't think my bike ride was too much for me to do once in a while. It's too much, I think, try to do like every week or something like that. But so get out there, push yourself, but don't push yourself so beyond your limit that uh, might injure yourself or put yourself out of service. One good hike isn't worth being out of commission for 6 weeks. If you sprain your ankle or something. So at any rate, use your preps. I was talking in the bicycle video about the pump, um, just about being familiar with your stuff. I wasn't familiar with this little adapter, so getting out, putting your backpack on. I think I realized today that my bug out bag doesn't have a flashlight in it, or at least not in the outside pockets. I might have a backup one on the inside, but I think I took it out and put it on my car, and I was thinking, do I have a flashlight in here? So, kind of familiarize yourself with your stuff, if you don't do it normally. Um, Unless you're just one of those people that's 100% sure of everything that's in the bag, and you have a list and you checked it twice and all that stuff. So do your homework. Talking about research that I was doing, and I say that because I was looking at a home defense option, and I had a couple different ones ranked kind of in different ways, and was getting a little bit kind of over eager on making a decision and ranking without really doing the full research, looking at what people are saying about them, all the different details about little things from interchangeability to mechanisms to reliability to feeding issues, in regards to home defense options, not in regards to feeding animals, feeding ammo. But, if you spend, the internet can be kind of annoying sometimes because, say I want to compare like this home defense option to that home defense option. You might find just a couple articles, but the bigger problem is when you find like a million results or 1,000 results and 500 web pages and just, tons and tons of info. So, how do you sort through that? How do you decipher that? It can be challenging. I tend to just try to increase my sample size. If somebody says something bad, excuse me, about a firearm, I'll go check a bunch of videos on it, check a bunch of forums, check what a bunch of people are saying, check reviews, and depending on what the issue is, if it's something like, oh, this stock is a little short, or I don't like this grip, or I don't like this cross hatching. You have to kind of decide how you feel about different issues that people bring up, or physical appearance, for example. A lot of people feel very strongly about the physical appearance of their home defense choice. So this is ugly. That's gorgeous. I like wood. I like synthetic. I hate synthetic. So whatever whatever kind of prep stuff you're doing, definitely put a little homework into it. I don't have a lot of gear right now. I'd love to do some more gear review stuff, but I don't have a ton of gear that's very exciting to be saying, oh, look at this lighter, look at this fire starter, stuff like that. So, but when if you're buying this stuff and you're going to use it for the long run, whether it's a home defense option or a water filter or whatever, you know, 5, 10, 20 minutes, hour, couple hours of research if you're buying something expensive. Like I've been looking at solar panels recently. And just looking at a bunch of different solar panels at least gave me kind of a good estimate on prices. So I'm looking at, okay, if 100 watts is 150 bucks, that's $1.50 a watt, versus 20 watts for 30 bucks. How much is that a watt, and stuff like that. So kind of get a good idea of just what's going to be right for you. It's super easy these days to just run to a store, or even easier to click add to cart online and pick up a radio or a first aid kit, or who knows what. But definitely put a little time into doing some homework and make sure that the product you're getting is going to work, that's worked for other people. Best time to be productive. um, so I went to a park, and just went on a little hike and got lucky. I guess I got lucky on finding a parking spot. A lot of people had parked kind of in the red zone, and I guess on a Sunday afternoon, if there's kind of a bunch of people doing something like that, and it's in a state park. It's not like it's on city street. On a city street, I would never like even think about that. But a state park or something like that, the cops aren't really going to give you a ticket, and a ranger, unless they really have nothing better to do. Is probably not going to be doing that stuff. So at any rate, it was just really busy and not like a big deal. But I was kind of trying to go for a hike and get out away from people, and end up like there's all these people at the park, of course. So, and kind of in regards to like going shopping too and running errands, if you're like trying to do all your stuff during rush hour, during commute, or um, Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, I mean, you might have that time to burn, but why live life like that? Why spend an unnecessary amount of time doing your errands and stressing about stuff and sitting in traffic? And so, I don't know what the point I'm sort of trying to make here, other than just be efficient with your time. Don't try to push shit uphill. If everyone's out and doing something at a certain time, just find another time to go do it. A lot of people in LA kind of like to go hiking on the weekends up and stuff on the trail. So I'm kind of planning on like trying to go up Monday through Friday a little bit more, as an example. So yeah, just a little bit of time planning, and you'll be able to spend more time prepping.